Howdy, y'all. So let's see. Came here this weekend, President's Day weekend, I think it is. And it's not warm out, but it's sunny out there. And we're probably in the upper 40s right now, which, not awesome, but not bad. So I think today we're going to just take this tin off, maybe the back door here out, and so we can figure out how bad this top plate is, if I have to replace it or if I can just put another one to make the double top plate. And I know there's a few 2x4s that need to be replaced, namely these two for sure. We'll see how those look, and then probably the ones around the door, and then we'll see if we can get all the way back to the end here. Probably only be here about 5 hours today, so we'll see how much I get done. But yeah, it'll be easy to take this stuff off. I just have to pound it out. There's some screws that are holding it in, but the roof cap where it meets, that's gonna be a pain. So we'll go out there and pry that up. I don't think I'd done it previously, but we'll find out. So yeah, this is the back end of the house and the back door side, obviously. And yeah, it was pretty easy to take this stuff off. I was worried about that top cap of the roof there being hard to pull up from the sides there, but we'll show you here in a minute how that wasn't the case. It's pretty easy because it was all rotten there on top of the top plate, so easy to come off. And finally taking the outdoor light out there. Luckily the electricity's off to that, so no problem there, but we'll show you what it looked like here in a second. All right, let's see what we got up here. So just pulling this out, and yeah, I was just able to push it up because the top 2x3 that goes into the roof trusses is super rotten, so I was just grabbing it and disintegrating it in this section. And then you have this plastic vapor barrier that goes above the 2x4 top plate, and this is the roofing or ceiling material that you'll see in the old mobile homes, and they just when they built it, it goes all the way out here. So that was underneath the vapor barrier, and when I cleared it off, this looks pretty solid. And it's ugly, and chip there, and there's some sap or whatever. A little easy to, what do you call this thing here? I think I can scratch it pretty easily. So I don't know, it's not like super rotten or anything, but that's not good. So we'll let it dry out, and if it still seems pretty solid, I'll just put another top plate on it. But we'll see how the rest of it looks before I decide if I'm gonna just replace it all the way down. This is how it's going so far. So just coming up on the end of the run here, and yeah, so it was pretty easy, but you can see that back door there. I like how they have the outswing back doors. I'm gonna put another one there, but I don't think I'm gonna buy like the mobile home specific ones because they just have a hollow feeling to them, especially the ones that's on there. It's just like a foam core. So I'll probably just get a standard house door and then flip it around to open towards the out, since the halls on the inside are pretty skinny in these old single wides. So we'll just configure a house door to make it work the way I want it to. But I'll give you a rundown of the last section here in a second. All right, we got this top piece off all the way to the end here. I was able to pry the roof cap off the 2x3 that sits on the top plate. And top plate looks okay for a lot of it, except for over the top of the door. That's pretty bad down there. So I don't know, probably just rebuild the whole thing again. we'll see. But for now, we got this part done, and we'll start to take off the skin here. And yeah, I'm already tired. Getting old. Don't get old, folks. So, and out of shape from the winter. So we'll build up this endurance slowly but surely. So coming to the inside here, just banging out the few screws that are holding the tin onto the frames there. Not a hard job. But I end up cutting out these walls here where the doors are in the windows, so we'll show you that here in a second. Alright, this section here, it's a little complicated because of all the electrical panel stuff here. And the tin, you know, is screwed to the door frame all the way around, so it doesn't want to really come off there. I have to replace this one and this one, and obviously the header and all this stuff, so probably just gonna cut it out up top here and figure out how to get around these wires. Probably just drop it out. But we'll take this off, and then like the little staples holding the wire to this stud, and we'll just drop this whole door out. You know, obviously it's going to make it really weak right there, but these trusses are sitting on those anyway, so it's not like there's a lot of weight there. And then I'll probably do the same thing with the window one, because I think I have to replace those two end studs anyway, so we'll cut them out of there. So this is the only time I got to break the power tools out for today. Just two simple tasks of cutting this back door out of there. Satisfying little job here. There she goes. Yeah. And we'll move on to that window frame here. I get most of it down, and then I'm like, why isn't it falling down? And oh yeah, I was missing two little strains here. We'll show you. Hey, what's up? Oh, there you go. Take the small victories when you get them. All right, isn't she purty? Anyway, so yeah, this is where I can really look to see if these studs need to be replaced or not. I mean, I knew these ones were shot here on the corner where it meets the bump out. These ones, not so bad. It's a little darker, but I don't see any rot there. There's a knot there, but yeah, these three are actually probably pretty good. This one looking good. This one looks good. This one I already replaced. This one, so I marked it okay before, but when I finally get to it, there's a little soft spot there. I mean, technically, it's still pretty solid, and you know, a little bit down here, but it's not that bad. But that was the problem with these walls that I just did from scratch up in the front end. It's just like, you look at them, you're like, they're not bad, and then you get to the very bottom, there's just a little rot. So you're like, have it open, so I might as well replace it. I mean, I knew this one's obviously shot, and this one doesn't look bad on this side. Or that side's not so bad either. A little soft right there. But on the front end of this one, it looks good. But then when I take this off, you know, it just kind of feathers out there. So that means it's rotten back here. Technically, it's still structurally pretty sound. So if I left it there, it'd be fine. And this one I already replaced. Obviously, garbage. This one looks pretty good. You know, it might be a little soft, but I don't know. Mainly just stains, I think. This one not so bad. But there's like some dry cracking right here, so that's obviously not good. And just that little bit there on the bottom, so it's like I could use them, but at the same time, since I have this open, and you know, let's just redo the whole walls from scratch. I mean, obviously a couple of them I've already replaced, so I'll just use them again when I put a new top plate on, because really the top plate's only bad there. But again, you know, it's not perfect. So we got it open like a can of worms, so let's replace them. And then all these ones that are shorter, you know, if I just cut, you know, take them down and I cut off the little rot spots. They probably have a little bit at the top too, maybe not. But I got 4 sheds that I can build on this property that I'm going to build. So I can always use those pieces for there, and I'll have other, things to make here. So yeah, let's, I got the stack of 2x4s that are brand new over yonder. So I'll just rebuild these walls back here, and my guess is the same thing on that side. So yeah, in the end, all these walls have been rebuilt, are going to be rebuilt from scratch. Wasn't the original plan, but you start working on things, and that's how it ends up sometimes. And then I had someone comment, and which is true, like ideally you want to do the subfloor first, then work on your walls, and then work on your ceiling. But that was the plan. But then when the snow collapsed that roof, I was like, okay, I guess I'm starting from the top down, just because I wanted to get the thing watertight before this last rainy season. So yeah, it doesn't make sense logically to get it done that way, order operations, but things change, and it's such a light structure, not a big deal to do it the way I'm doing it. Just add a little time to it, but we'll get her done, and hopefully she'll be solid and better than new when I get there. Yippee yippee. And we'll end it off here with my little deer friends coming to visit me for the first time this year since I've been there, and happy to have them in my yard as it is now. But once I get my garden planted, I won't be so happy to see them around. But for now, enjoy. All right, y'all. Take care. We'll see you next time.